Navy cruiser. The footage showing just how close the ships came to colliding, separated by less than 100 feet. The American warship forced to take emergency action. Also tonight, the police officer sentenced for murdering a woman who had called 911 for help. His emotional plea and apology in court. The Times Square terror plot, the suspect in custody tonight. Authorities say he expressed admiration for ISIS and told an undercover FBI agent how effective a grenade attack would be in the middle of New York City. The flood emergency and the levee in danger of giving way. Residents told they should evacuate. The couple attacked on a bus, allegedly targeted because they were lesbians. One of the women posting their story online. Tonight, news of an arrest. The major political headline, President Trump and the tariff war. His warning to Mexico if they don't do a better job of securing the border. What it could mean for your family budget. And Ticket to Ride, the big plans from NASA to take tourists into space. The out-of-this-world price tag to sleep in the cosmos.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
And good evening. It's great to have you with us on a busy Friday night. I'm Tom Yamas, in for David. And we begin with that high-seas showdown between a Russian destroyer and a U.S. Navy guided missile cruiser in the Philippine Sea. That's the Russian ship appearing to steer dangerously close to the USS Chancellorville as it was preparing for a helicopter to land on its deck. And this photograph from a surveillance plane shows the two ships on what appears to be a collision course. The American ship taking emergency steps, waving that helicopter away and thrusting the ship into reverse. Tonight, U.S. officials are calling the Russian maneuver unsafe and unprofessional, even as Russia is blaming the Americans. ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz starts us off with what the images reveal.
Tonight, the war of words over what could have been a catastrophe in the Philippine Sea. That ship you see, according to the U.S. 7th Fleet, is a Russian destroyer barreling dangerously near the USS Chancellorsville. Both vessels armed with missiles and powerful guns coming within 50 to 100 feet of colliding. So close, at one point, you could see Russian sailors who appear to be sunbathing. According to the U.S. Navy, this began around 11:45 while the American guided missile cruiser was maintaining a straight course as a helicopter was about to land on the ship. And that's when the Russian destroyer, the Admiral Vinogradov, which was traveling behind the Chancellorville, sped up. Navy officials say the, quote, irresponsible and reckless actions of the Russian ship forced the Chancellorsville to wave off their helicopter and reverse all engines at full throttle.
The behavior is unsafe and unprofessional. We'll have military-to-military conversations with the Russians.
But the Russians claim this near miss was caused by the Americans, who deliberately changed course without warning, forcing it to make an emergency maneuver.
The Russians were clearly at fault here. The nautical rules of the road say that the ship being overtaken, in this case the U.S. Navy ship, has the right of way.
We've seen Russian warplanes and warships doing alarmingly aggressive moves near U.S. military assets in the Black and Baltic Sea before. But why a Russian vessel would come so close to an American Navy ship near the Pacific is raising many eyebrows.
And Martha joins us live now. Martha, as you've reported, there have been several close calls between U.S. and Russian forces, and the Navy does have a sense of what's behind them.
They do, Tom. It is viewed as straight-up harassment, perhaps in this case a message of support for China, since U.S. ships pass by those disputed islands that China claims in the South China Sea. But these are exactly the kind of irresponsible actions that can cause accidents and lead to miscalculations, Tom.
Martha Raddatz with the scenes from that high-seas showdown. All right, Martha, thank you. Back here at home now to the wrenching testimony at the sentencing of a Minneapolis police officer convicted in the death of a bride-to-be who had called 911 for help. Former officer Mohammed Noor making an emotional apology, saying, "I caused this tragedy and it is my burden." But as ABC's Alex Perez reports, the judge showed no mercy.
Just before his sentencing, an emotional plea from former Minneapolis police officer Mohammed Noor, who was convicted of killing Justine Ruszczyk.
I apologize in person for taking the life of such a perfect person who was dear to them.
Noor asking her family for forgiveness. Gunned down 3 weeks before her wedding, her fiancé addressing the court.
You died on a slab of concrete surrounded by strangers, some of whom did not care about you one bit.
Ruschik had called police to report a possible assault.
I can hear someone out the back, and I'm not sure if she's having sex or being raped.
But when the officers arrived, they claimed Ruschik startled them, nor then opening fire through an open car window, killing Ruschik.
When I walked around, I saw Ms. Ruschik dying on the ground. I felt horror. I knew in an instant that I was wrong.
His partner trying to save her.
Stay with me.
Nor seen on body cam moments after.
You all right? Yeah. Just keep your mouth shut until you have to say anything when you wake up.
I've lived with this, and I'll continue to live with this. I caused this tragedy, and it is my burden.
Today, the judge is sentencing Noor to 12.5 years behind bars.
And Alex Perez joins us now live. Alex, the victim's family also brought a suit against the city of Minneapolis.
Yeah, Tom, the city reached a settlement with the family for $20 million. The mayor calling it a tragedy that should never happen. Tom?
Alex Perez for us tonight. Alex, thank you. Next to that alleged terror plot in New York's Times Square, a suspect under arrest tonight. Investigators say he was looking to buy guns, suicide vests, and grenades, and even having eye surgery so he wouldn't need his glasses during the attack. Prosecutors say he expressed admiration for both Al-Qaeda and ISIS. ABC's Gio Benitez is in Times Square.
It's known as the crossroads of the world, Times Square, and tonight police say this man was scouting it with a plan to attack. An undercover FBI agent befriending 22-year-old Bangladeshi immigrant Ashikul Alam, following him since last August. The federal complaint says Alam expressed admiration for Al-Qaeda and ISIS, praising Osama bin Laden. Alam reportedly saying he did what he's supposed to do. Now it's up to us. While discussing potential weapons, Alam allegedly telling the agent that a grenade could take out at least 8 people. He was taken into custody after he allegedly tried to buy guns with their serial numbers removed.
Living right beside someone like that, it's a really crazy and really scary thought, you know.
The feds say Alam even had an appointment for LASIK eye surgery. Quote, say that my glasses fall off. What if I accidentally shoot you? Imagine what the news channel would call me. The Looney Tunes terrorist or the blind terrorist. And Tom, tonight Alam is behind bars. He's charged with buying those illegal guns. The judge called him a danger to the community and ordered him held without bail. Tom.
Gio, thank you. Next to the flash flood threat on the move tonight as thunderstorms and heavy rain target the southeast into the weekend. Rushing water along the Arkansas River is eroding the levee there in Conway, Arkansas. Evacuations are advised. And Baton Rouge already hammered by heavy rain. Take a look at this video. Bus riders scrambling out of the way as floodwaters enter that vehicle. ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano is tracking it all. And Rob, there is a serious threat tonight for some areas in particular for flash flooding.
Yes, Tom, high populated areas, and they're seeing it right now. Flash flooding across parts of Virginia between Richmond and Hampton Roads along I-64. A dangerous drive there. You see the heavy rain there, 2-inch rainfall rates per hour. Flash flood watches across parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, and Memphis included through the weekend. There's a very slow moving system. That's the problem. You see things don't really move off to the east that much. And places like Atlanta, Nashville, Charlotte, you're going to see some heavy rainfall. Could see 4 or 5 inches of rainfall. Now, places like Charleston and Atlanta could use the rain, yes, but you certainly don't want to get all that rain at one time, which would cause the flooding. Tom.
And we'll stay tracking that weather through the weekend. Rob, thank you. We turn out of the White House. President Trump says he is moving forward with tariffs on imports from Mexico that are set to kick in on Monday. Both sides scrambling to head them off. President Trump returning from his trip to Europe, tweeting, there's a good chance they'll make a deal. But if they fail, what would it mean for your family's budget? Here's ABC Chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl.
On his way back to Washington today, President Trump tweeted there's a good chance he'll be able to make a deal with Mexico that would secure the border. Mexican officials have been in Washington negotiating for 3 straight days. They have offered to send 6,000 Mexican troops to their border with Guatemala to help stop the flow of migrants bound for the United States. Progress, but no deal yet. And without one, the president vows that on Monday he will impose new taxes on all goods crossing the U.S.-Mexican border. Senate Republicans are not on board.
There is not much support in my conference for tariffs, that's for sure.
I'm afraid that it might endanger some American jobs.
So let's hope this doesn't happen.
What they're doing is they're hurting a deal. They should be saying, we're with the president, we'll do whatever he wants to do, and Mexico would fold like an umbrella. Now I have these people, and I'm saying there's some Republicans too. I think they should be ashamed of themselves.
If the tariffs go into effect, expect prices to quickly go up on anything from washing machines to avocados. And because so many auto parts come from Mexico, the cost of a new car could ultimately increase by $1,300. But the president is undeterred. Last month, illegal border crossings reached their highest level in over a decade.
All right, John Carl joins us now from the White House. And John, critics say tariffs cost America jobs. And just today, the government releasing a troubling jobs report.
The numbers show that only 75,000 jobs were added in the economy in the month of May. Tom, that is significantly lower than was expected. And although the overall unemployment rate remains at an historically low 3.6%, with a lot of big numbers, big jobs growth in previous months, this does suggest a softening of the economy and a risky time to impose new tariffs.
Jonathan Karl for us at the White House. John, thank you. Now to the race for 2020. Democratic frontrunner Joe Biden with a major U-turn on abortion, announcing that he now supports using federal funding to pay for abortions, reversing a position he has held for more than 40 years. Tonight, what he says changed his mind, but did pressure from his primary rivals play a part? Here's ABC's Mary Bruce.
Facing intense criticism from his own party, Joe Biden with an abrupt about-face on a position he's held for decades.
But circumstances have changed.
Biden abandoning his long-standing support for the Hyde Amendment, which bans federal funding for most abortions. But opponents say it limits options for low-income women. On Wednesday, Biden's campaign insisted he still supported the measure. But then came the pushback from his campaign rivals.
And the Hyde Amendment to deny people through Medicaid and Medicare abortion rights, that is an assault on African American women.
We do not pass laws that take away that freedom from the women who are most vulnerable.
Less than 24 hours later, Biden declared his position had changed. He says he no longer supports the Hyde Amendment because a growing number of states are passing laws limiting access to abortions.
I can't justify leaving millions of women without access to the care they need.
Mary Bruce joins us now from Washington. And Mary, on Wednesday, Biden's campaign insisted he supported the Hyde Amendment. The very next day, he came out against it. So how do they explain that? What exactly changed?
Well, Tom, they've been struggling to answer this. Tonight, Biden's campaign tells us they've been having spirited discussions about this issue over the last several weeks, and they insist that the mounting political pressure this week did not impact Biden's announcement. Tom?
Mary Bruce with the latest from the campaign trail. Mary, thank you for that. Next to that shocking attack on two women violently beaten and robbed on a London city bus, allegedly targeted because they were lesbians. One of the women posting their story with the image of their bloody faces on Facebook. 4 teens are now under arrest as Scotland Yard investigates the incident as a homophobic attack. ABC senior foreign correspondent Ian Pannell is in London.
This shocking image of 2 women beaten and bloody for being lesbian, shared by one of them in a Facebook post describing how they were targeted in a homophobic attack last week on a London bus.
They started very aggressively harassing us. One of them stayed a couple rows behind and was throwing coins at us.
The BBC reporting that Chris, an American, and Melania Gaymanat were on a date, riding a double-decker bus, holding hands when a group of young men started making lewd comments, then turned violent.
I don't know how we got from fighting on the top of the bus down to the lower deck, but in that time frame, they took my phone, her bag, and they ran off the bus.
Tonight, British police have arrested 4 male suspects between ages 15 to 18 and are looking for others.
Tom, the young men being held for robbery and grievous bodily harm. The women choosing to speak out to raise awareness amid a rise in homophobic hate crime here in London. Tom?
Ian Pannell with that brutal attack. Ian, thank you. Officials at West Point have now identified the cadet who died in that training accident. Cadet Christopher Morgan from West Orange, New Jersey, would have graduated with the class of 2020. He was 22 years old. Cadet Morgan died when the troop vehicle he was traveling in on the way to summer exercises overturned on rough terrain. 21 others were injured. And there's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Friday. The country singer revealing a family tragedy, losing his son in a pool drowning accident at his home. Tonight, the warning to